All right, guys. Well, we are 2 weeks into 350. We've already had a great Sunday and I think a lot of energy. But one of the things that I am most concerned about in this whole thing is making sure that we maintain positive momentum all the way through and not just having a great Sunday here or there, but be consistently working toward these things. So maybe we'll just spend a couple of minutes talking about where we're at and some different aspects of the challenge and how we can be proceeding. So maybe Nancy, let's start off with you. Is kind of the person who's focusing some specific time on that local mission piece. Just kind of what's happening with our local missions. What are we doing? How can people be expecting to see opportunities to serve in that capacity?
Well, we thought it would be good to focus on really one or two local ministries that we could partner with and really get the whole church behind. And so I'm really in that process now of just making contacts with a few ministries, finding out what their needs are, finding out if we're a good fit for them. And even I think by the time people see this video, I will have had a meeting with one ministry leader. And real soon, I would say people will have opportunities to just start plugging in to one or two local ministries.
That's awesome. That's so good. And Brandon, for you, what about somebody who's kind of focusing on this conversion piece? I mean, what can people be expecting and what's kind of coming up?
Yeah, I think that we had a great turnout on Sunday. It was really encouraging to see all the people who invited their friends, and then I know there were many others that weren't able to come but were still invited. So going forward, just really excited to see that kind of energy, that kind of momentum, not just on a one-time basis, but regularly and ongoing. Chance to invite friends, inviting them, going back to them again and again, looking for those opportunities. I mean, we're going to be in the Gospel of Luke for a while here, and what better opportunity to kind of get affiliated with who Jesus is and to know the true Jesus and expose the people around our communities and our friends and neighbors to that. So really looking forward to just continuing to invite our friends to hear the gospel of Jesus. It's going to be great. I'm really excited.
Awesome. Like what can you tell us about, we had that Q&A afterward. I mean, just give us some of your kind of thoughts on that.
I thought it went really well. We had probably anywhere from 25 to 35 people there. It was a great turnout. We had some good questions too, really good questions about hell and about just who Jesus is, if he was married. Some of these questions that are common misconceptions in culture and that aren't biblical, but it was a great chance just to speak into that. And, I think there's always questions anytime you leave a service and you're skeptical about who Jesus is. There's always some questions, and it's great to have that outlet. Received great feedback from people in our church and heard some people who were outside of our church who came and visited, and they seemed to respond well to it as well.
Awesome. And from my end, I mean, the church planting piece, that's kind of our third goal. Obviously, that's a longer range goal, but even now I think we can begin. Our elders have already begun to talk a little bit about what that's going to take. A number of our elders are planning to take a trip in the next couple of months to visit a church that's been really active in specifically these three areas, and that kind of welcomes other elder boards and pastors in to just kind of take a look at what they're doing and get some tips. And then from my perspective, just continuing to look at the idea of, church planting isn't necessarily even the end in itself, but it's understanding that we want to be a gospel-centered and multiplying church. We want to see more churches raised up. So just trying to, instill that attitude in us here in every way possible, through preaching, through what we're doing as elders, through our staff, through everything, just in terms of we want to be a multiplying church. So, I mean, that's really what we're doing. So, I think it's exciting, and
it's very exciting.
I think we're off to a great start.
Agreed.
I think so too. Yeah. And I think the ministry team is coming on board too. They've been given assignments,
that's a good point.
For their commissions, and so we're eager to hear kind of what they're coming up with, and we'll get to hear those things soon.
Great. Hey, well, thanks so much, guys. It's been fun. We'll check in again maybe in a few weeks.
Okay.